Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Are you okay in your neck of the woods? What up? What up? Manners and respect, man. And your girl, Debbie from Dung, Yaad. Welcome you all to the Jamaican kitchen. Welcome once more to the Jamaican cooking journey. And if you're new right on over here and you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? If you have done so, welcome once more to the Jamaican cooking journey, and please enjoy. Long time subscribers that were there from the beginning, manners and respect. Now all of you Americans, I hope you had a blessed, wonderful, in spite of the heat, this terrible heat, and it has flushed down from we are Jamaica here, it's burning up. But in spite of it all, I hope you had a wonderful, wonderful independence. And as I said in my prayer video, I do hope you had made some West Indian delights recipes. Now right on, this is also today another one of your voted for recipes. It's the rum cake. Now I'm going to do for you today a rum cake my way. May I do my one thing? I'm going to be doing my thing. Now you're going to be needing some butter, or you could substitute like a vegetable oil, canola oil without flavor, light oil without flavor. Okay, you're going to be needing some eggs at room temperature. I am going to be using some orange juice, lime juice. I'm going to be using some pastry flour, a little vanilla, not the extract but just the regular vanilla, a little salt, a little baking soda, maybe baking powder. I'm going to be using some Smirnoff Guarana. You need some red rum for this and maybe some white rum. So I'm going to be using some Smirnoff Guarana, and I'm going to be using some of the real Jamaican rum, you know it go. And just some granulated white sugar, and I think that's about it. I'm going to be using a 10-inch bunt pan. It's 10 inch by 4, 10 inches across by 4 inches in depth. Okay, so you don't have to use a bunt pan, but most time it works better in this. Yours could be a bit deeper and all of that. So because we're using this, we have to go with a specific measurement. So if yours is not this measurement and you're using a bigger, a deeper one, because this is like, they have deeper ones, a lot deeper ones, you'd have to do some adjustment to your measurements. But I leave for you in the description of this video the specific measurements. I do like the millimeter and all of them, something will work it out for you. So we're going to be doing things a bit different now. We're going to be using separating the eggs, the white from the yolks. We're going to use the white to form a meringue. So the very first thing I want to show you to do right now is how to go about separating your eggs. You can use an egg separator if you do have one. I do have one, but by the time one egg separates with it, I use my hand separator 100. Clean pure hands. So you want to crack your egg. I want to use my whites in here because I'm going to need to whip them. So I'm going to crack my egg gently, and you're to do like this. You don't have to get it all out in your hands and mess up your hands. You're going to get a little messy, but you don't have to do it all that. Some people do it in their hands, but most of the time the best way is moving it from side of the shell to the other side, and it works good that way. Okay, try not to get any of the yolks, if none at all, in there. So I'm going to do another one for you. You're going to be separating your eggs. Just take your time, just gentle. Remember, these things, you don't do them in a rush. So let us go separate our eggs and return. Okay, now family, so for my size pan, I'll be using 6 egg whites and 5 yolks. This is additional yolk we have there. You can probably freeze it, or if you either scramble it or something. So we're going to put our egg whites, let them stay by themselves. Try to let the egg whites be at room temperature. They beat better, you get a better result. Now we have our egg yolks there. Maybe we have 5 in there. So we have right here, we're going to remove this. We have right here some, I'm using margarine. I'll tell you, I'll leave for you in the description the amount. So, and the size pan that I use. So if you're using, as I said before, a bigger pan, you'll have to make some adjustment. Now, I am gonna, this recipe, I figured out mine differently. You see what I'm saying? And that is why I want to, when we start doing this baking, when we get into the baking, I want to get right into it with you to see when you show you that when you see a recipe and you don't have the right size baking tin or pan or whatever, how to adjust your recipe to fit what you have. I'm going to be using 1.5 cups of granulated sugar, but I'm not going to use all of it in right here. I'm going to be using just 1 cup with the butter to cream it. Now, you don't need to get this cake mixing up all too sweet, because at the end of baking, you're going to make a syrup, rummy, syrupy mixture that is going to use to soak the cake, and that is why it's going to be a rum cake. So you don't need to get too much sugar in this from now. We're not upon a diabetes alert. We want a little cake for eat, but we're not alert to diabetes. So I'm going to be using like 1 level cup of granulated sugar, and this is good for this part of it. So we're going to go ahead now and cream our butter and our sugar. You know the norm. You know what it is to cream your butter and your sugar. What you can do, make sure everything is at room temperature. You know the norm. We have baked before, so I'm going to go cream now off camera and return. Okay? Okay, we are back, family. Now let's recap. So we separated our eggs. We beated our sugar and butter. Margarine I'm using. Use yellow. We want to get this cake with a yellow finish, yellow color. Okay? At this point, you can preheat your oven. Okay? So we're going to preheat our oven. Return. Okay, we are right back. My oven is at 175. If yours is like not as slow as mine, you can go for 160. This one is as slow as hell. So if your oven is like everybody oven, you know, most of everybody have a different, you know, different setting, different manufacturing something. My one is really slow to me, I think. So I'm going for 175. If your one is really like, you know, have a higher, go 160. We're gonna add in our egg yolks. So we're gonna take our time and just add them right in. Okay, we're gonna beat it on low and get it incorporated and come back. We have incorporated our egg yolks into our butter and sugar, and this is how it looks. Okay, don't overbeat your egg yolks. Don't beat them on too much of an high speed. All you have your KitchenAid blender, I just grudge you now. No, in a minute. You can go ahead and do your thing in there. Use your paddle attachment. That's how it go? Yeah. All of you have those. We're going to be putting in our dry ingredients now. We're using pastry flour. Remember, I tell you, you don't have to sieve this one, because pastry flour is like, I'm going to be using 2 and about 1/4 cups, or about 2. So this is the norm, cut and fold. Okay? So you just take your time and you just fold in your flour. I might be going with just like probably 2 1/4 cups of flour, and you know we do it alternately. We do it alternately. If I want 2 1/2, I'll put the 2 1/2, but I'll see as I go along. I'm gonna make sure cut and fold you're using, even though I use the spatula, so you know it's the cut and fold, because we don't want to get any lumps, especially that white flour lump in this thing. We don't want to get it. We're gonna put in now another cup of flour, and then we're gonna see how it goes. Level, yep. We are also at this point gonna add in our baking powder and our baking soda. I'm gonna be putting in my baking powder, and I'm going to be using a little baking soda. I'm going to be, you know that there's a difference between baking soda and baking powder. Baking powder has this little acidic thing about it. Baking soda does not. So when baking soda and baking powder combines together in a mixture and to bake something, it gives that cake a springy texture, and we want that from this rum cake. A sort of more like a sort of not a chiffon cake, but not fully. We want a springy texture, so we'll be using a little baking soda with it, but not as much as the baking powder. Okay, not as much. I leave for you in the description. This is really strong. Okay, so now that we have that, we're gonna put our little salt to taste. These are all the dry ingredients that we have. I'm gonna put a little salt to taste. Basically, that would be it for the dry ingredients. Let's go fold it in and come back in. Okay, family, camera girl was saying that I made mistake. Baking soda as the acidity, as the one that is acidic. It is the one that is acidic, and the baking powder is just like the norm. Okay, if I had said that, let me correct. Baking soda has the acidity and baking powder is just like the regular smoothness. So make sure I correct that. Now this is what we have with our 2 cups of flour. You saw it tight like a Titus. We're gonna put in a little bit of our lime juice, not a lot because we'll be needing some for our egg white mixture. We're going to put in a little orange juice, not a lot, not a lot. And at this point, we'll want to put in a little of our red rum. Okay? Let me get my opener. Wasn't ready for camera. Let me get my rum open and come back, family. A little bit of our red rum in here, not a lot. Just a pinch. Because the most of the rum is supposed to go in it when it's big. Now, if you're giving this to small children, you would need to make one for the kids with like this. Probably this a little bit of rum, and if you know the heat will kill the alcohol, you do not put the rum in there. What we're gonna do when it's big, you know you're not to do that for the kids. That will be for the adults. So now our liquid is in, and we are still cutting and folding, and it's soft, and it looks like that. That is where it is. This is the color you want yours to have. Okay, now that you have that in there, you're onto another part of this cake mixing. Now we're gonna be needing to beat the egg whites. We're gonna need to beat them until some stiff peak forms, but before we can get stiff peaks, we have got to come to soft peaks. So you're gonna start beating on about medium, which is about, I don't know how your mixer goes, but beat on medium, okay? And then you go beat on medium until you come to soft peaks. So I'm gonna go beat on medium. When I come to soft peaks, I'll come and show it to you, okay? Okay, now family, we are at soft peaks. Soft peaks. Now we have half a cup of granulated sugar. If you have castor sugar is same white sugar, but it's a bit softer. You could use it. I don't have. So I just give my granulated sugar some slap and beat it. If you've got a food processor, unlike me, you could whip your white granulated sugar until it becomes a little more soft. So at this point, I'm going to add in half of my sugar, and I'm going to add in my lime juice. If you don't have lime juice and you have cream of tartar, you could. Now you're going to up your speed to high, and you're going to start beating. Okay, let's do it. Okay, now halfway into stiff peaks, we're going to add the rest of the granulated sugar, and we're going to be beating until we have stiff peaks. When we return, okay, now family, stiff peaks. It does not drop. Stiff peaks. We're there. Now, if you're using a KitchenAid or blender mixer, it would take you a shorter time. These are not as powerful, so it would take longer if you have to for you to get the stiff peaks. Okay, let me just go clean off because I want every bit of this and come back to you. Now this is the meringue. That's what we call this, the egg white beaten to stiff peaks with sugar and acidic something or whatever. Now we're going to be folding in, but alternately, not all at once. So we're going to be putting like about 1/3 of this into this, and we'll be doing the same thing, gently cutting and folding. Gently. I want you to get right in on this part. This part is it's a little, you know what I'm saying? I want you to get right in. So let's go cut and fold gently. Okay, not all at once, because you don't want the thing pop down and like it collapse. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so we're gonna put like a half, and we're gonna do the same thing. No, the second third, or the second part of the 1/3, gently fold in. We're gonna do all of that and return to you. Okay? Okay, now family, all our meringue have been incorporated, not fully, but we are on the last. The second third is 2/3. Okay, camera girl, we're having a little bit of fun off camera. You know, now look at this. This is the consistency of the mixture. Looking at it, it tells you that you'll get a soft cake. You know, want no old dry old pop down cake like bulla. We're not making a bulla here. We're not making rum bulla, we're making rum cake. Okay? So now the meringue has given it this sort of, you know, this sort of bulk, light, nice and bulky. Now, oven is there being preheated. This here what I have is non-stick. But I would like to be on the safe side, so I'm still gonna spray. But we want this cake. I know I'm not sure, maybe my tin might be a little bit too small. But if so, let's see. Remember you need this. Remember you have this here. Don't go about pouring the thing and when you look, you see the whole of the thing underneath the table, okay? Remember it's a bunt and we have this in the middle. We want to put enough that it comes right up. So you start at one corner. Just gently pouring in at one corner. Make sure you don't get any in that funnel, and before you know, it's gonna be a tunnel. Let's go gently and return to you to show you what we have got. Okay, so now this is what you have. You want to level it gently. Do not drop it down blam like we are unload goods truck. Please just don't. Come on, girl, this is not a joke. I just want them to understand, you know, gently. Oh, come on. I know the camera has gone out of focus. So gently, this is what we have. We're gonna go into our oven, 175 on Celsius. If your oven is so high, try for 160 in the middle of the oven. We've got to let it rise and come right up. We're gonna be leaving it for 55 minutes. I'm not sure if it will go an hour. I don't think so, because we have that middle part there, because remember the middle is always the hardest part to bake, and that funnel thing there we have in the middle will enable it to bake faster. Let us go for 50 to 55 minutes. Watch your oven. When we will return, watch your oven, okay, or pay attention to your cake and your oven. When we return, okay y'all, we will have our cake baked. We're not through. We're gonna have to make this rummy thing to go onto it for it to become a rum cake. And I know some parts of the video and the camera will be shaking extra, y'all family, and going out of focus because camera girl wanted to laugh at what I say, and it's not a joke. You know what I'm saying? She's taking this for a joke. It's not a joke. So 50 to 55 minutes time, we will return to finish up and to finally make this cake a rum cake. Okay, now family, I've gone 50 minutes and I think mine might be ready. So let's go right in. You don't want to do like me, you know. You don't want to use this. Use your mitten. Use those big ones there. Tall ones that cover up your hands, because I just got burnt. You don't want to do like me. I'm just using this. This is not meant for the oven. So let us go test. Look at the color of it. You see what I'm saying? And our cake is ready. Okay? Our cake is ready. So we're gonna go now, and we could not do that whilst our cake was being we're gonna do this rummy thing. So we could not do that whilst the cake was baking on top of the stove, because the jerking would let the cake like sort of collapse. Okay, so let's give this a few minutes, and when we come back you'll see what we're going to be making for our cake. Okay, we're going to finally make this cake a rum cake, family. So you're going to melt 1 stick of butter, and right over here you realize that our cake right on over here, it's ready. Okay, it has pulled away from the sides at the top there, and it's saying that it's ready. So we need to just like gently lift it and get it all shake. Yep, it tells you that it's ready. Okay, so what we're gonna do now, we're gonna be melting 1 stick of butter. Let's get our heat down to, and we'll leave for you in the description the different things that you use for different parts of this cake. We're gonna be putting in some red rum, as much as you like. We wanna put all of this. Want to get this mixture more on the yellow side. We're gonna be putting in some white rum, and remember, it's gonna boil. We're gonna put in some orange juice right here. Remember, it's gonna boil, and the heat is gonna take away some of the strength of that alcohol. We're gonna be putting in some G sugar, but I'll tell you how much in the description. And last but not least, I'm gonna be putting in a little yellow almond just for flavoring. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna get this all heated up, come to a boil, and we're gonna be using some to wet the cake, and the rest is gonna stay there. It's gonna come to a boil. We're gonna leave it to come to a rapid boil, and I'll come back to show you how we're gonna do it. Okay? Okay, now family, it's boiling rapidly, boiling real rapidly, and this is the strength of the alcohol with the, you saw what we put. We use the sugar, the orange juice, and all of those, and you notice it has this syrupy look. So we're gonna boil it a little more, but at this point we're gonna remove it and use a little of this hot liquid just to base the cake right through. Hope you're hearing now what I'm doing. It's like a syrup now, but it's not fully, so we're gonna use it right at this point to let this rummy syrupy thing, let it cool right into the cake now that it's hot. So right around, try not to get into the funnel part, eh? Okay, so you see the glaze that it has, you see that pretty niceness. Okay, now we're gonna leave it on a low heat to come like almost to a syrup. When it comes to the syrup, it will be time, the cake should be properly cooled, and it will be time to invert this cake from this bunting, and we will have this, we're going to leave it there to boil until it comes out. So when it turns to, it has been inverted, we're going to use it to glaze the cake in the bunt part there and all around the cake, and also to give it a little more inside the cake. Okay, so when we return, our cake should be properly cooled, turned on the inverted, and this mixture should be at a more syrupy consistency, and we'll finish up our rum cake. Okay, y'all? Okay, family, our cake is hot, and we had just like a little bit of a stick, nothing to speak about. This is our cake as it is. We have it on one of our to-go cake thing there. So we have reduced the rest of our liquid, and you see it has the syrupy look. The cake is still warm, and this is like a little more than warm. So what you want to do now at this point, you want to take your time, go drizzle it, drizzle a little in the center there, and all of that. And also you want to take it, look at it, you want to take your pastry brush. If you don't have a brush, as me tell you in our prior videos, you use a spoon. You don't have to kill yourself, and just gently just saturate it with this nice syrupy rummy mixture. So we are gonna go now, maybe another hour and a half. This cake is supposed to be left for 24 hours to be exact, to get the real taste of it. But when I know say me different like that, I've got to come back to show you. I wanted to see the texture of inside of it. I wanted to see how this looks. So we're gonna give it another hour and a half. And then when we return, we're going to show you what a slice of our rum cake looks like. Okay? Okay, now family, we have glazed our cake. This is the beauty of it. And it's not cool. Honestly, it's not cool. It is supposed to stay for at least 24 hours. When I do anything, I don't like to do and to just leave you like that. I like to, when I do my dishes, I like to show you the finished product. If I bake, I like to take out a slice to show you. When I do it, I feel fulfilled. So let's go take a slice. I'm saying to you, it's not properly cooled, okay? So we're gonna go for it. I want you to see the color. I want you to see the texture. So that is what yours is supposed to have when you do it, okay? So let us go right here. Remember, it has some pegs. So I'm gonna go here right here, so into this peg. And I would prefer you to use a serrated knife for this, not the clean cut knife. So we're gonna take out one of these pegs. Remember, I told you it's not properly cooled. You know what I'm saying? But I just want you to see the texture and the color. Now this is the texture, and this is, don't look at this, you know, because this is where all the juice is. Right here, look at the bottom. This is where all the syrup and all of that we wet the top at, it comes right in and you're getting it. So what you need to do now, you're gonna have some more. So now that you have taken out a slice, you need to wet it right around and to continue to glaze it with your additional glaze whilst it is being cooled. So now let's come here. This is the texture of your cake. This is it. Look at it. It has this soft chiffon. When I spoke to you about chiffon texture, chiffon cake, this is more like a chiffon cake. When you press it down, it springs right back up. So this is the texture we're looking for. Let's go taste. And I'm tasting for both of us. Soft, nice. Let us taste. See how much rum we have now. The rum is there. It's not too much. It's not too much. I thought it would be more. The heat, sorry, as I told you, it reduces the volume of the alcohol. It's nice. It's just everything. So let me present to you. We're gonna be using the wire wrap because it's still, even though it's on this to-go plate bottom, we're having it on the wire wrap, leaving it to cool from underneath also. From my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to wherever you are, it's rum cake done from scratch. Please do enjoy. I did it for you in depth. I went all through. If you have questions, I'm not sure if there's anything that you would never ever get. I thought I did everything from scratch. So remember to like, share, subscribe. Leave your comments below. Remember, when you have subscribed, to hit the bell. When you do hit the bell, remember to like, share, subscribe. When you do subscribe, remember to hit that bell. Post notification shout out going out today to who, and this post notification shout out is not on the shout out video that I did. It is from the prior video, which is the part 2 of the seasoned rice, ackee and saltfish. Who is it, camera girl?
Joshua Gabriel.
Joshua, big up yourself, my youth. Thank you so much. You're always been supporting us on the Jamaican cooking journey. Thank you so much. I wish you were here to have a slice of our rum cake. Remember again, family, to like, share, subscribe, leave your comments below, principled and decent. And remember, those of you who like to make a donation to our channel, people are saying they don't see the donation button, family. It's there on at the right hand corner at the head of the channel where my picture icon or something like that up there. Just look at the right hand corner. It says donation, and there's this round button. Press it. It will lead you to where you want to go. Thank you so much to those who has already contributed, those who are still contributing, and those who would like to. Thanks in advance. Remember, it's a rum cake, and this is not for any specific season. You want to have this at home, and you just want to have a slice. This will be so nice with ice cream. Remember, I told you, do not use a lot of sugar because the syrup will have that sweet taste in it. Oh, once more, rum cake, bless, no stress.